representing Al Leone, Devhonte Johnson. Representing Al Leone, Devhonte Johnson. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Williams Elite Team, Luccas Lira.
All right, so we move on into the 91 kilogram division. And right now, Devhonte Johnson in the blue and white up against Luccas Lira of Williams Elite Team.
Talk about a little bit of pressure as well right now on...
Oh, okay, there was a wristband or a watch on Luccas Lira's wrist. So
I didn't see,
restart.
but I bet you it was a whoop. I bet you it was, unless it was just like a hair tie. But if it was looking like a watch, it was definitely a whoop. Maggie, if you're listening, I got you.
We're going to restart it on standing. Yep. And the clock's actually being reset to 5 as well. So there it is. Luccas gets the guard pull that he was looking for.
So I was going to say, man, talk about a lot of pressure on Devhonte Johnson, right? Because Luccas Lira, their team, they're at 3. Okay, if they move forward 4, that is a win for them to move on into the finals. It's a best 4 out of 7 situation here. So Devhonte has to win this match to keep them in the game for the team race. They'll complete all the matches regardless, so you will see everybody go through with the 7 matches. But
yeah, the result of this match right here could determine where the Williams Elite Team go through into the final against Universal Fighters or Kasai Team.
Man, there we see Devhonte with those double unders. He is
relentless
so
with it.
strong in this position. It's one of his best positions. So strong here.
Great stack there. He's got the hips high off the floor. Now he's got the feet on the floor, driving forward. Look at that, putting Luccas Lira into a deep stress position. Captured the hips. Managing to turn Luccas Lira, and he's got back exposure. He's got the seatbelt.
Look at the leg pickup from Luccas Lira. Luccas Lira's not out of the game here. He picks up his leg and brings it in front of his body and tries to sweep him back. Oh my gosh, it's really tough right there on the edge because they've now gone off the mat, and that portion off the mat is not padded. I do really love that about the stage here at AIGA.
Huge, yeah.
It is amazing because we have a very large mat, but it's not only that. There is this giant section as wide as like a typical tatami mat outside, so that they have no risk of going off the stage. That's one of the issues a lot of times with like stage shows. You can fly off. It's happened to me before. It's not very fun. So I really love the way that things are set up so that we could see a proper reset and these guys didn't have to stop the action.
Yeah, they're gonna double check the reset position. Devhonte's in a position to go for a crucifix here because that arm is trapped, but he rolls through. Seatbelt grip. He's got a really tight seatbelt, and he did finish his match yesterday, Kendall, via rear naked choke. Devhonte Johnson tapped out Marco Aurelio in the very first round with a rear naked, and he's in a great position to attack here, but Luccas Lira out of trouble.
You do not want Luccas on your legs either, I gotta tell you.
Devhonte very easily withdraws his leg, but he put a lot of pressure on Lira early in that round there. And Luccas Lira is in a much better position now from which to both attack and defend. He's got a high knee shield. And a reverse De La Riva on the bottom. Back into just a kind of a knee shield half guard. Devhonte is such a great pressure passer. And I mean, if you've trained with Murillo Santana for so many years at Unity Jiu-Jitsu like he has, then your top pressure game should be on point, right? For sure. Definitely what Devhonte is known for. And he's been with Murillo since, I think, blue or purple belt, you know, since I think Unity opened all the way back in like 2015. He's been there for over 10 years at this point and has actually opened his own branch of Unity Jiu-Jitsu in New Jersey, where he's originally from. Still, of course, goes through to the main gym right there in Manhattan. And look at that! Nearly clearing the leg. Devhonte Johnson had the underhook, but Lira able to recover to see the guard. Classic clash of styles here between guard passer, pressure passer, and a fantastic guard player like Luccas Lira, who's got a great active guard. And I feel we were talking about earlier that dual meat fashion. You know, the submission win of Dominic Mejia against Gianni Grippo, the energy that he brings back to his teammates, it's something you just, it's one of my favorite things about team competitions, and especially here at AIGA. The question is, of course, whether that momentum can continue or whether it's actually even more motivation for Devhonte to get it back for his team.
Yeah, Devhonte was coming out with some really strong energy as well. You know, I think I was trying to hear what he was saying because he was looking over and smiling as he was pacing back and forth. I think he had a mantra he was repeating over and over, and he looked good and happy and comfortable and ready to go. So you see, Luccas was in there deep on the hamstring, but he's kind of rotating his right leg between the hamstring on the left side and the ankle and the shin on the other side. And he's trying to, you can see him kind of escaping his hips and kipping his hips a little bit to try to get some movement and get underneath Devhonte Johnson, but man, he's in
Devonte's rock solid. Absolutely rock solid. Devonte's got the near side underhook.
That's amazing. Man, that near side underhook is a game changer because he sprawled that left leg back now, and Luccas really needs to keep that underhook on the leg. So
beautiful body lock.
Yeah, he sprawled that leg out and then brought it back to the hip, had that body lock like you said. Still has the near side underhook, and this is Devhonte Johnson's happy place, that is for sure. Very, very difficult to be here, and the time's gonna run out before we score, but that's a big statement opening up this match.
Okay, first round ending 0-0. Luccas Lira goes back to the Williams lead team corner. Giancarlo Baldoni, team manager and representative. He's not competing in this round. This is his weight category, actually, the 91 kilogram division. There's Devhonte Johnson, Dan Schwad, Jeremy Skinner, and Kamal Akakundu. Oh, look at that. Big Dan with the towel, Universal Fighter style. It's pretty warm in here.
He's learning. He's learning from the wrestlers. All right, here we go.
5 minutes on the clock for this second round. And this is an opportunity for a bit of a do-over for Luccas Lira. Because I love this about the 3-5 minutes. An athlete can go back, kind of use that 1 minute break to strategize, talk with his corner, forget about what happened in the preceding in the earlier round, and treat each 5 minute round like an individual match. Much more like how people train in the gym as well, right? You do these kind of shorter rounds, generally quick break, and then you back out at it.
Yeah, I love this because we get to see a lot of different versions of the same match, potentially. And now, as I say that, though, we may see something similar here, considering that we've got Luccas, you know, here on bottom, and Devhonte Johnson is going to be looking to close the distance and get some close passing going. Luccas is someone who I really enjoy watching, though, because, oh, wow, big hip pressure there from Devhonte. He's trying to have his left hand on the top of the knee, the quad, to clear that bottom leg of Luccas. Luccas is so good at continuing to bring that right knee up and always keeping his elbow and his knee connected and not getting stretched out. But that's exactly what Devhonte is strong at. He's so strong. He drives his hips forward like this. He pushes the knee down with his left hand.
Just got to be careful that he doesn't settle for too long and get put on the stalling clock.
Yeah, it's hard for this style of passing. We saw that earlier with Kenta. Has some similar approaches.
Luccas kicking his legs free, comes back up into this seated guard. Hand fighting here. And you look at the size difference as well. I feel like Devhonte, even though they are both in the under 91 kilogram division, Devhonte looks substantially bigger than Luccas Lira in this match.
For sure.
Nearly cleared that near side leg. Devhonte comes back in with the one knee up. Match number 6 of 7 matches, and it's 3-2 to Williams' elite team. Devhonte kind of closing the distance a little bit more now, but Lira puts him back into that knee shield on the opposite side.
Yeah, Luccas has a well-rounded game, but one of the things he's really well known for is his leg locks and his leg entries. And so I think it's tough to have that game move forward with someone like Devhonte Johnson, because Devonte's hips, his base is so heavy. He is not one of those people. Big kick there from Luccas, and I guess kicked and his hair came out as a result or something like that.
It's like a Jasmine Hosha style kick.
But yeah, with someone like Devhonte, he's not someone who's going to like step into your guard. Like, one of the things that you don't see happen to him very often is not being put in like single X and X guard.
His leg hasn't been caught once so far.
But those are the people that are easier to get in on their legs if you can start to put them in X and single leg X. And a lot of people excel passing from there, so they don't really mind. But Devhonte is not that guy. You know, he keeps his hips back and low, and he has an ability to really avoid his legs being entangled. It's very impressive.
Devhonte really trying to clear those obstacles. Oh, there's the double under. Back to his A-game, the stack pass, and he's got really, really good position here and taking his time, driving his knee into the shoulder and the armpit, and now forces the turtle. This is big. This is good for Johnson.
Man, this is really good for Devhonte because he has that hook in now. I was going to say, also sometimes you can open up your leg in the turtle position. There's a lot of ability to roll through on knee bars. And see on the neck here. I think he has this locked up, Howell. I'm pretty sure his arms are, I can't see from our angle, but
there it is.
Oh, it's
There's
right over the face, but that's a lot of pressure here.
Oh, that is deep. That is really deep.
No, but look at Luccas, though. Look at his hips coming out. Man.
Big pressure, but Luccas just manages to turn his shoulders and his hips to the mat. No score, and gets out of that deep submission attack. I mean, it's a bit of a kind of a meme at this point, but it really is true that anything below the eyebrows can work as a choke, right?
It's my favorite sentence of all time. Everything below the eyes is neck. What do you want from me? If you tap, you tap.
A tap is a tap, and with 20 seconds remaining, that was Devhonte Johnson's best moment in this round so far. And Luccas Lira, I feel like the pressure in that second round now, even though it has been 2 0-0 rounds, that should the third round go again 0-0, I feel like it's Devhonte Johnson who's clearly in the lead, should the judges be required to render a decision. End of the second round.
Man, not only decision if it were to go to a draw, but we're also thinking about as the fatigue that continues after being kick. Yeah, there's that kick there.
And here's the pass.
Man.
I like how Devhonte kind of got him, but he didn't rush the turnover.
No, look at his left knee. Look at his left knee. That is so brilliant, the way he keeps the shoulders stapled, because that keeps the person from turtling too quickly where you can't chase the back. So it gives him enough time. He kept his left knee on the shoulder long enough to be able to then come behind Luccas without Luccas being able to escape. Now, if you see Luccas's hook on the foot there, I think he was thinking about the legs, but Devhonte found himself on a choke here with only one hook in. Man, hard to say what would have happened if he had tried to go for the second hook and put some points on the board there, but went for the kill, and sometimes that wins you the match, sometimes it's a big risk, but either way, they ended with a draw, and they're going to come back for one more 5-minute round.
Round 3 here.
Round 3.
Devhonte Johnson has not had to initiate a single takedown so far in this match. It's Luccas who has pulled each time. And this is the longest we've actually seen Luccas on his feet.
Yeah, I'm interested in the approach here as well. Devhonte has a very strong wrestling. He's very good on his feet, but so is Luccas. Like, I really enjoy watching his stand-up too. He's very scrappy, great scrambles. You can really see the size difference too when they're on their feet as well. I'm not totally sure, I'd have to ask, but I don't think that Luccas is normally having to fight up to this weight class. I believe he's normally a bit lower, and I wouldn't be surprised if Devhonte had to do a little cut to make this, so.
Yeah, Devhonte's been up as high as, we've seen him up at like super heavyweight quite regularly, which is like 220, it's like 100 kilos. But then I also remember seeing him right down as 88, so he's gone up and down a bit in weight, whereas I would say that Luccas is much more of a natural 88 kilo kind of guy. This weight category, 91, probably didn't have to cut a lot for it. It's Devhonte with the inside position here. There is the pull.
It looked like Luccas was pulling to try to break the posture down on Devhonte. Oftentimes you'll see him do that, where he has a really good grip on the upper body, and he'll pull and he'll scoot his hips far underneath and get the person's weight to already be over his head so that he can enter during the pull. But man, Devhonte, I mean, it's hard to say like how telegraphed it was in his mind or if it was just instinctive, but his ability to immediately bring his hips back on the pull keeps him in the driver's seat here.
Again, that left hand kind of against the ribs. Should he close the distance, it's right there for the near side underhook, and it shuts down so much of Luccas's game on that side. Drops for the double unders, so good at catching them, but Luccas Lira a little bit more hip to it now. You know, twice now, once in each round, he's been caught with that double under stack pass. And this time, a little bit more attentive to it. The Al Leone team really bringing the energy here. Close guard for the first time from Luccas Lira. Devhonte, great posture, reaching back inside, manages to open the close guard.
It'll be interesting to see here with 2:20 left if Luccas keeps the same game plan, or I was going to say if he shifts to maybe a close guard or even some wrestle-ups, right? Because there was some space there for a moment where Devhonte was on his feet. We often see Devhonte closing the distance quickly from the passing. He brings his knees in tight, or he stays on his knees and he looks for those body lock positions or those double unders. So when he was standing, I was wondering if Luccas might try to wrestle up or use that to enter the legs, but he actually ended up in the opposite, came to close guard.
And look at that, the entire Williams Elite team in the background, watching very, very closely the result of this match, because if Devhonte Johnson can get the win, well, that means that everything's going to come down to that last match between Isaac Michel and Chris Wojcik, which will come up after this one. Devhonte Johnson, so far, I would say that should this go to a decision, is clearly the one to take it.
It's interesting how whenever he gets here, you can hear his team yelling so loud for him because they know that this is his favorite position. Look at the right hand went across the waist, but Luccas was actually going under on the leg as well in that moment. But here's a front headlock from Devhonte. He is very strong from this position. Man, he has a tight grip on the head and the arm together. Luccas standing up and reaching for that single leg. He could be trying to score two here, but they are on the edge of the mat.
Devhonte with a good front headlock, looks up the anaconda. He's managed to figure four his hands.
Oh man, that's a tough position to try to stay in the mats. It's very tough to reset when an active submission is in play.
Devhonte has sprawled out here. Luccas Lira has got about 45 seconds on the clock here to defend. Devhonte sits through.
Oh, wow. Luccas almost able to step over, but look at Devhonte now.
Oh,
this
that
is a
tight.
stronger finishing position
that is
here.
Extremely tight now. Luccas Lira in deep trouble here.
He's trying to, oh, wow.
Devhonte Johnson, 4 minutes and 31 seconds of the final round. Gets the anaconda choke.
It keeps Al Leone in the game. Keeps them in the game. This is now 3-3. These teams are 3-3. It's going to come down to match 7 to see who is going to punch their ticket into the finals. Wow.
Devhonte Johnson with the late submission win. This match, this team match between Al Leone and Williams Elite Team, as close as you could call.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee calls stop the action in the 3rd round. For your winner by anaconda choke, representing Al Leone, Devhonte Johnson.
A big win for the American Devhonte Johnson of Team Al Leone, who extremely happy with that result. Because not only does he get the submission win for his resume, but Al Leone versus Williams Elite Team all comes down to the final match in the 83 kilogram division, which will be coming up next. And look at the scenes. Al Leone, extremely happy. Luccas Lira, he put up a great fight. He really did. Here's a look at the replay, Kendall. Here's the finish.
Man, look at the bend in the neck, the absolute compression there from Devhonte Johnson. Such a tight grip. Luccas was doing everything he could to use his arm to keep the legs and the hips at bay and try to rotate back to his knee. But Devhonte, he kept rotating through, bringing his legs and his hips closer and closer to Luccas, compressing, and here he was able to get the finish. Incredible match from these guys. He had almost stepped over the top there.
And Devhonte uses the anaconda to turn Luccas Lira here, and when he lands on his back here, that's when it was pretty much done deal, right?
Brutal, brutal.
As you said, Devhonte walks his hips a little bit closer. Here he is, and the pressure, just too much. Luccas Lira can't resist anymore and is forced to tap out. Huge win for Devhonte Johnson, and Al Leone still in the game.